Hi there, I'm Derek Essary with Coldwell Banker Realty. And if you live in Gilroy, San Martin, or Morgan Hill, then you're going to want to hear this because I'm addressing what the real estate market is actually doing in our area. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you and break it down for October of 2022. So first off, I always like to start off with the important stuff, and that's how much money homes are actually selling for. So if you're a seller, it's how much money you're actually going to get for your home in this current real estate market. And as we see, the median home sale price in October of 2022 was $1,144,000. Now, I know that is actually still a big number for South County, but that is down pushing 11% from the previous month, which was at 1,280,000. Now, one thing I like to really highlight when we're talking average or median sale prices, and this is something that the media often really likes to twist because it makes a fantastic headline, is that sure, home prices are down from September to October, but if we take a look at year over year where home prices are at, we are still extremely high. So here, where my mouse is, you're going to see the median home sale price in October of 2022. Now, if we drop down to October of 2021, you can see that average home sale price, or excuse me, median home sale price was closer to $1 million. And if we go all the way down to October of 2020, you're getting closer to 900,000. So we are still several $100,000 above where the market was at in October of 2019. So if you're thinking about selling a home, don't feel doom and gloom because the media says home prices are down. Take a look at what the past few years have done and understand home prices are still definitely at a high mark. Now, I also want to talk about the sale price to list price ratio. And I always find this very interesting because if you remember over the last couple years, we would always hear these stories about, oh, we listed our home at $1 million and we got $1.3 million. And I think this whole concept of sale to list price ratio can be super misleading because it's all kind of a marketing scheme to make sure sellers are getting as much money as possible. So in very popular markets, like we saw in February, March of this year, where interest rates were still relatively low, we were seeing many bidding wars because there were so many buyers out there trying to take advantage of that. So when we see markets like that, oftentimes, sellers and their real estate agents will decide to list homes below market value to bring in maximum exposure. But when the markets start to turn a little bit, or really I should say normalize, and there's less buyers out there, that strategy no longer works because if you put a home on the market for less than it's worth and there's only one buyer that might be interested, you cannot guarantee that you're going to get that 300,000 over list price ratio. So in this case, what we're seeing is a lot more homes are being listed closer to what sellers are actually willing to take for their home. So while we might have seen in peak of this year home prices selling, 110% sale to list price ratio, so over 10% more than what the seller was asking, we're now seeing it average closer to about 100%. So sellers are getting what they're asking, but we're also bringing homes to the market at more realistic asking prices. And this is the number of properties sold. And this is another thing to take into account when we're looking at market statistics. Right now, you can see that from this year, we had our peak, I would say, in April of number of homes sold, and it is going down. Now, this is also related to the number of homes that come up for sale. So just because there's less homes being sold doesn't mean the market's crashing. It's also related to home sellers are putting less homes on the market for sale. So obviously there's going to be less sales if there's less homes actively for sale. So you can see in October in all of South County, there was 66 homes for sale. Now, if we compare that to the last 2 years of October, that is significantly less homes being sold. So in October of 2021, we had 128 home sales, and October of 2020, 143. So we're talking only 66 home sales this month, October of this year, which is significantly less, but also related to the fact that there are less homes for sale. Average days on market is also a really good indicator of what buyer demand is like. You can see that really this year, the average days on market has just started to grow significantly. We were seeing about 10 or 11 days being pretty normal, the length of time that a home would take to sell in the Gilroy, Morgan Hill, San Martin area. Now it's not uncommon that it's going to take 30 days or more as long as the home is priced correctly. And now, if we compare that to the past 2 years, you're going to see that it's taking almost twice as long as it did in October of 2019 and October of 2020. And here's a good idea of level of inventory that's on the market. So right now we can see there are more homes sitting on the market than we saw in the past. So let's say we looked at October of 2021, there was 82 homes for sale. Well, now there's 131 homes for sale. So what that means is buyers have a lot more options, which is also what's attributing to longer days on market because buyers can go look at other homes and they don't have to feel rushed that they have to make that fantastic offer in the first 10 days that they see that home. So as we see homes take longer to sell, we're going to see that inventory start to pile up, which is also a factor that does cause home prices to come down a bit as buyers have more options. And now here's where we're seeing the number of new listings hitting the market. So what I just talked about previously was how much homes are actively for sale. Now this is talking about how many new homes are actively coming on the market. And you can see we've just seen a steady drop this year. Our peak was in April 2022, 167 homes came on the market. Now we're down to 80 homes came on the market in October. Now, this tends to be the time that we start to see less homes hitting the market as we enter the holidays. Even when you look in 2020 or 2021, you always see that decline and then it starts to go up again as we enter, I would say February, March, and April are usually the hottest months for new listings to hit the market. And one thing I did want to say about this too is if you're considering selling your home, think about it. If we're thinking about the law of supply and demand, and we know buyers are willing to pay more when they have less options, if you're bringing your home on the market, let's say November and December, you can see here that less people are doing that. So if you want less competition and if you think your home tends to look a lot better during the holidays, I don't know about you, but mine tends to be a whole lot cleaner and decorated much nicer than it would be the rest of the year during the holidays. Maybe that's a smart time for you to go ahead and bring your home to the market and capitalize on less sellers also bringing their homes on and having less competition. So if you have any questions about the real estate market, if I didn't cover a city that you live in, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to put together a report for your neighborhood, your zip code, or if you're thinking about buying a home, let's sit down together. Let's discuss what the market's doing for buyers, how I'm getting buyers into contract and making sure they have a reasonable interest rate. There is ways to negotiate this, guys, where you are having a good payment. I know on the news you've heard interest rates are going up. So yes, that typically would mean that your monthly payment's going up. But if we can negotiate with a seller for a buy down, your payment might look fantastic and you have so much less competition than you would have in the last couple of years. Or if you're a home seller, let's talk about how I can help make sure you're getting maximum value for your home. Gone are the days where we're just slapping a home up for sale, crossing our fingers and knowing that it's going to sell in the next 7 days. You need a strategy and a proper marketing plan. So whether that's fixing that home up, staging it, I can front the cost of renovations like that. And we're definitely seeing buyers favor homes that are in great condition because they don't want to do the work anymore. As they have options, they look for the homes that require the least amount of work. And that is something I can help make sure you do to position your home to sell in this real estate market. Give me a call or shoot me a text. My phone number is 408 963 1295. Have a great day.